Hello. Welcome back. Hello. Welcome back. It's been a very long time. Okay. I know it's been a hot minute since I have posted a video, but since then I hope things are good. I hope things are well. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing great. You look great, that's for sure. I know it's been a while. This video right here is gonna be a very special video because it's another class in session video where I take you in to one of my classes or I demonstrate a project that I'm working for one of my classes. That's super fun. This class is going to be a history of gaming class where they kind of just talk about the whole history of gaming, not just video games, but gaming from like prehistoric times all the way to modern times. And the last week we kind of had a discussion of what games could be. This last week we've had to turn in a final. The final is a presentation or a video presentation that you've already recorded and edited, blah blah blah. And I chose to do a video presentation because I already do that, which is super cool. So why not? It's changed it is about a video game that has impacted the industry and kind of, impacted us. So I thought I'd share that today with you guys with this YouTube video. So the first part is gonna be the video presentation that I've already made. It's only 5 minutes, not that long. And then the second half of this video is gonna be me sketching and talking about what's been happening so far, why it takes me so long to put these videos out, especially during times of Corona. Please watch and enjoy. Thank you for your time. All right, roll the intro. I'm just kidding. I don't have an intro yet, but I will. Halo, get it? There are a total of 1,181,019 possible playable games, video games, in the world. That's a lot. So many games, right? A lot of games. With all these games, there has to be a couple of game chambers. So with all these games, there has to be a couple of game changers. And what do I mean by game changers? I mean games that have impacted the industry, impacted us, that have changed the game, so to say, of gameitude. Sure, there's games like Pong, Pac-Man, Doom, Legend of Zelda, Tetris, instant classics, very appealing games, great games. But today I'm going to divert your attention to a very special game that I think was an instant classic, Halo. Specifically, Halo Combat Evolved, I believe is a very revolutionary game and stands out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give a quick origin story. And I'm gonna begin to convince you why the game right here is revolutionary, amazing, an instant classic, right here, right now. Let's begin. All right, origin time. We're gonna go all the way back to the early dates of the 1990s. Bungie was created by two people, primarily one person by the name of Alex Seropian. Seropian like Seropian tubes. Who was a mathematician major. But did he end up being a mathematician or a mather? No, he ended up just making his own company with another classmate by the name of Jason Jones. These two had an instant chemistry. They both loved video games and they just hit it off. Bam! Bungie was made. Bungie Software Production Corporation, and it was funded in 1991. Over the years, they were creating games, some successful ones, and they experimented with genres. But during their production of Myth 2, which is kind of like this top-down strategy war game, I'm not super sure. But at the point of having 15 people in the company, 3 people on the side were working on a version of Myth 2. Sci-fi alteration unknowingly became the base for what will eventually be Halo. The fetus, which will eventually be Halo. I'm gonna go with that. First, they codenamed this project Monkey Nuts. Eventually, Alex was kind of embarrassed and changed the name to Blam for very obvious reasons. Funny enough, during this time, Bungie was making a lot of games for Apple and the Macintosh. Steve Jobs actually personally announced Halo to the world during the 1999 Macworld Conference in 1999. Despite how popular the game was getting, Bungie was actually going through a lot of financial struggles. That is where Microsoft comes in. Microsoft needed to acquire video games for their upcoming console, the Xbox. Halo became the launching game alongside the original Xbox in 2001. That is how Halo came to be, face of the Xbox, kind of until current times, until now. The meat. So one of the reasons why Halo was such a big thing during the time was because consoles have been out, but not many consoles had FPS games. They had a lot of third-person or side-scrolly kind of games. Not a lot of consoles popularized FPS games until the Xbox came in and introduced Halo, popularizing and normalizing FPS mechanics and have one of the most innovative narratives for a game to that date. Like I said before, primarily on the PC, there were a decent amount of FPS, but not in the console world. And that's when Halo comes in, turning the tides. The creation of the game itself was very revolutionary for it being an FPS game on console, but what makes it very memorable are the mechanics that lie within the game. Twin stick controls were not common around this time. For FPS being new to the console world, Halo was one of the first to do it. And these are one of the mechanics that are still used today, is using one stick to move while the other one aims the crosshairs to fire at stuff. Halo is one of the first games to utilize regenerating shields. It's unsure whether Halo was the first to do it, but they definitely popularized it. Also, something that they introduced that was a very big deal was introducing the use of vehicles in an FPS game. Halo is also one of the first to put a co-op split screen mode for an FPS. Finally, one of the most innovative things, in my opinion, and other people's opinion, because I did research for this, the innovative story that they brought. Just during the time, many FPS games had either no story at all and it was just a shooter, or the story was based around the hero and the hero's journey, which is really cool and I really do appreciate it. Halo did have the whole hero's journey, but also contained plots of corruption, religious fundamentalism, and overall humanity. At this time, it was really cool to see a video game that wasn't just seen as like a game, it was seen as like a story with lessons to be learned, which is really unique, especially for that time. Halo had a Metacritic score of 97%. It won the award for Best Console Game in 2002. Won Best Multiplayer Award in 2002 as well. Won the Game of the Year Award, also in 2002. So, it's pretty awesome. There you go. There it is. Thank you so much for listening to my nonsense. Here on the screen are all the references I use and also a link to my YouTube channel. So in a nutshell, that is why Halo is one of the most awesome and revolutionary games. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope because of this you go home, download the Master Chief Collection, and just go to town and have fun. Presentation done. All right, Halo, great game, but before I continue talking, let's get sketching. 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 Hello! Hi, I hope you enjoyed that presentation. I am drawing a grunt, or also known as the ungoy. Ungoy? Ungoy. I'm gonna say ungoy. This guy, the right there, can you see it? There you go. The ungoy, or ungoy, whatever. Yeah, that presentation was for my history of gaming class. We talk about the history of games, all games. Let's see if I could remember this without looking any of them up. Oh yeah, the game of Kenosis, Senate, come on, Senate, game, I don't know, but those three for sure are three really old games. We do prehistoric games all the way through like the creation of chess to games like Monopoly, and then we go to most recently video games. It's not exactly my most favorite class. I do like it in comparison to any other history class I've taken. The cool thing, the Academy of Art University, they do have you take required classes like math or history, but they try to make it related to your major, which is really cool. So instead of taking a normal history class, I'm taking a history of gaming class, and that's super, well, I just prefer it much more than a normal history class, is all I'm saying. I do enjoy the teacher. I definitely have learned a lot and gained a lot more respect for video games, the video game industry. I do apologize for how long it's taken me to put out these videos. It's really difficult to be a full-time student and to consistently put out these videos like every week. I'm trying to do every other week, but I know this one is a little later than that. On top of that, we have this whole Corona situation. Some of you guys don't really know me, but some of you do because I have a lot of friends and family that support this channel, so thank you very much. But I'm a very extroverted person and I just get a lot of energy from going out and meeting new people and hanging out with friends, and this situation right here is just really difficult because I'm not able to do that. I've been trying to find ways to cope, and part of it is just playing online video games with my family or with like my friends. It's definitely affected my schoolwork and making these videos. So thank you very much for bearing with me and continuing to follow me and watch these videos as I go through this. It's just really difficult, so it's hard to be really consistent. That's why, that's my explanation. Right here, I'm drawing a grunt. I feel like grunts are super cool. They're always fun to shoot at. Well, I just think everyone draws an elite or a Spartan. They're always drawing Master Chief or the Arbiter. I think it'd be really cool to get those little guys more attention and draw them because to me, they're the most interesting kinds of characters. Really funny, quirky, weird ones that run around whenever you shoot them. And I like that little perk you put in the game when you shoot their heads and confetti comes out. That's always fun. I'm gonna say a fun fact. I'm not gonna end this video without ending off with at least one fun fact about grunts. Their combat abilities, because they practically have none. Yep, it says that they have poor aim, they are tactically inept, and are prone to fleeing. So that's why when you play Halo and you shoot grunts, and when there's like one or two left, they kind of run around and flee, which is really fun to watch before you cap them. It's super fun, but the thing is, they are still dangerous. They are especially dangerous in numbers, so do not be embarrassed if a whole crowd of grunts takes you down, because they're scary. They will get you, But it really depends on the difficulty you play it at. So enjoy that. Thank you so much for still supporting me and being subscribed. It really means a lot. If there's anyone you can think of that can benefit from watching these, whether it's just being entertained or it's another student, not even necessarily an art student, but just a student going through the coronavirus and having to do like assignments, and they can get a little kick by watching another student fail at it, show them this YouTube channel. Maybe they'll like it. If it helps someone, that'd be super cool. But yeah, tell your friends, have fun. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you haven't seen my other videos, click on the screen around this time because they'll be up in either one of these sides right here. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Here's the final product. Enjoy.